One of the key players in the Casey South Melbourne team's revival this year in the district cricket competition as they sit just outside the top 8 has been Dylan Hadfield, unfortunately injured for the last couple of games. Dylan, no doubt you're itching to get back there. How far away are you?
Yeah, very excited to get back. Should be back next week, which would be good. If I can get back for the next game, I'm pretty happy for the Greenvale game.
Were you close this week?
Yeah, I think so. Just needed that little bit longer rest. Let the foot heal a little bit more before we got back into it.
What do you like as a watcher?
Not very good. I struggle. I really do struggle. Does help when the boys are winning games. It makes it a little bit easier to sit back and watch.
Why do you think they're going quite well this year, or have improved a lot from last year? What has been the most discernible aspect which has seen them improve from being a struggling outfit in 2017, 2018?
Yeah, I think we've got a couple of good additions to our coaching structure with Nick Jewell and Luke Wells coming on, so there's a fair chunk of first class experience there. And I think, after a season like we had last year, just to have a bit of time away and refresh, I think all the boys have come back raring to go and we want to make finals again, so we're really pushing to try and have that success we did 2 years ago.
You're a batting all-rounder.
Yes.
What do you prefer? Do you prefer to bat or do you prefer to bowl? I mean, obviously that's a silly question if you're a batting all-rounder, but where do you think your best value for the team?
Well, I probably prefer to bat, but I think for my value in the team, I think, is the fact that I can do a little bit of both. So being that sort of fourth team option, and then that middle order batsman, I think is a little bit of sort of flexibility to the lineup. And that's where I think I see myself fitting into the side the best.
How important is it to have a number of different roles? I mean, obviously to have someone who can be a good lower order bat and be a key bowler, and someone like yourself, key batsman, but also be a key bowler in regard to just giving a bit more variety to the team, particularly at this level in such a tight comp? Yeah,
I think so. I think particularly at this level, guys are going to have their good days, and whether that's batting or bowling, we've got to find a way to sort of compound against that and find a way to either take the wickets or make the runs. And if you've got a couple of strings to your bow, it gives you a couple of opportunities to help the team have a victory, which is what we're after.
Now, Casey South Melbourne, of course, joined forces over a decade ago. When they were South Melbourne, they've had some of the greatest players to play the game. 9 Australian Test captains and stars like Ian Redpath and Alan Connolly from the 60s. Do you get a chance to find out all about these sort of players, and do they ever come down to the club, and how important is it to know about the heritage of South Melbourne, considering they were such a successful club and provided so many great players over the years?
Yeah, I think it's quite important to at least know the history of the club and what's gone before us. We hear about it all the time. Some past players come down, but I think the more important thing is that we now make our own history and we see how we go, trying to have some success out here at Casey Field.
And the club is a one entity too, which is very important.
Very much so, yes. I think keeping that South Melbourne name and insignia is always going to be quite important, but we do need to make our own history as the Casey Swans.
Good on you, Dylan. Make sure you're back fit playing next week. I'm sure you will be. You'll be leaving no stone unturned, and I really appreciate your time on Game Face.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate.
Get your Game Face on.